Hey everybody, another episode of The Outdoor Truth here. I know it's been a while since I made a video. Been extremely busy, but that doesn't mean that that's an excuse. I should have been making more, but here we are. So much has happened since the last time I made a video, and although this one's going to be a little bit short, we can still talk about some of the current events that's going on. I think the biggest things that have happened since I last talked to everybody has been, well, let's see, Barbieheimer, Israel and Palestine, Trump getting indicted. There's been quite a bit. The world keeps going. And here we are. But I guess the first thing I did want to talk about was the Barbieheimer. Now, I haven't seen either, and that's not what I wanted to talk about. The controversy here, outside of the riders' strike and all of that, was that there was this meme going around of, it was a picture of Barbie or something with a nuke behind it, talking about Oppenheimer. And anyway, everybody's just joking around and basically making fun about Oppenheimer and Barbie being like this connected thing. Well, anyway, it ended up pissing Japan off, because as you know, Japan's the only country to ever really have nukes used against them. So, not that the country of Japan, but the people of Japan kind of boycotted the creators of Barbie because they, I guess, retweeted the picture with Barbie and the nuke going off behind her or something like that. And it's been interesting reading the threads and tweets and all the nonsense about it, because it's almost as interesting as getting into the Native American versus the United States of America threads. Like, it gets that crazy. But nevertheless, my stance on it is they were just making a lighthearted joke. It wasn't meant to be funny. It's not like the nuke meme hasn't been used to death for 1,000 other things, and I get that the topic, it's directly related to the nuking of Japan and stuff, but like, come on. In my opinion, it's not that big of a deal. But then again, it would be different if they were coming out and like laughing at Japan who got nuked. That's different. They're just, Barbie, the team behind Barbie or whatever, reposted a meme and made a joke. Probably not the best of jokes, but still, yet it is what it is. I don't think it's as big of a deal as people say, but it doesn't affect me, so I don't know. And with that being said, one of the biggest topics to talk about is the Trump indictment. Now, I'm not as up to date on the charges and kind of what's going on, but the funniest part about it is that during the court proceedings, Trump was just roasting people. And, he doing like how he does. And I swear, he could literally cure cancer and people would still hate him for it. And that's not to say that he doesn't say the most outlandish, ridiculous, nonsensical things, because he does. And he is nowhere near the best president to ever live. But I do think that he's one of the funniest, whether it's intentional or not. And the Trump indictment and the memes that have come from it, and the Trump roasting people has really added even more humor that I thought was dead into the whole Trump presidency thing. So, you gotta take the wins where you can get them. It's funny to watch. People take it way too serious. I know some people that you bring up his name and it just blinds them and they go crazy. And that's the same thing if you say something negative about Biden. People just go crazy. It'd be nice to live in a world where you could say positive and negative about everybody, because that's actually what reality is. Trump has done good things, and he's said and done stupid things and horrible things, just like Biden. I don't know why it's so hard for people to admit that. It's absolutely outrageous. Which kind of brings me to one of my last points, because I said this will be a shorter video. The whole Palestine versus Israel thing. My stance on it is I don't have a side, because I don't know enough about it. And nobody in the US really does. They're just bullshitting if they say otherwise. They don't know what's going on. They don't know the facts. To assume that Israel's done everything right would be as naive as saying that Palestine has done everything right. They both have done bad things. It does, from at least a media perspective, which you can take that with a grain of salt, it does seem like Hamas has done worse things, but like I said, that's filtered information that comes from one overarching source that's fed to everybody. So who knows what really happened. All I know is I'm not smart enough to actually have a good comment about it, because I don't live over there. It doesn't affect me. And they've been fighting forever. And they're going to continue to do so. People act like this is new, groundbreaking news. It's like, no. People in the Middle East have been fighting forever. Be nice if they quit, but it won't happen, just like people won't stop being greedy or lying or cheating or murdering. It just is what it is. That's the world we live in, and since we've last talked, I've probably gotten even more nihilistic about everything, because it just doesn't seem like things can get better, because humanity is just literally the worst on, and it doesn't really matter what country you're in, what side you're on. It's all just bad. It's all just shit. We just eat shitty food, get shitty nonsense poured into our brains that doesn't matter. We care about Taylor Swift and Kelsey. We care about, if Barbie has a nuke behind her. Like, people care about not real problems 99% of the time. So it's hard to take anybody seriously when there is a real problem and people have a comment about it. I don't trust them. I don't believe it. It's like all you do is just say bullshit or repeat what's been told to you, and now you're an expert on the Middle East. Give me a fucking break. Like Ben Shapiro or Candace Owens and their drama, or Steven Crowder or the Young Turks or whoever. Like they know anything. They all live in their nice $1 million houses and preach to everybody else how hard everybody else has it, and how one side is evil and one side isn't. And in reality, it's the normal people who shrug their shoulders and don't care that are the sane ones. Everybody else is just batshit crazy. But anyway, this has been another episode of The Outdoor Truth. Hope you all have a good one.